Hey guys, Technology here, and the HTC One M8 came out 2 weeks ago, and it's the successor of the HTC One M7. So here's my initial thoughts and reactions to it. The HTC One M8, it looks really similar to last year's HTC M7 because it has those awesome speakers in front of it. It doesn't make much of a difference when you look at it at first, but if you compare them side to side, you will notice some differences. So some of the significant differences are that it's much taller than last year. It has a 5-inch display, so it makes it come more wider and taller. Last year's one had a 4.7-inch display, so this one is much taller and wider than last year's one. It's also much more rounded than last year's one. It's more curved on the back. It has some curved edges, so that makes it much easier to hold in the hand, more comfortable and much more enjoyable when using the phone. And it's also much thicker, a little thicker, and also maybe more heavier. I'm not a fan of this because I like thin and light phones. But this one, if that really doesn't matter to you, if thick and little heavy phones, it doesn't matter to you. Yeah, that's great. So that's some of the differences between those two. Coming to the specs of the HTC One M8, it's nothing over the top. It's something you'd expect because the phone was leaked so much. But it comes in 3 colors actually. It comes in gold, silver, and brushed aluminum. It has Android 4.4.2 KitKat with Sense 6 over it, and Sense 6 is HTC One's own software on top of Android. So it's actually much more polished and better, so much more user-friendly. It has the same 5-inch display as I said before. That's 441 ppi, pixels per inch. A little less than last year, but still the awesome 1080p display. It has a micro SD slot, so that's really good. You can expand it up to 128 gigs. That is a lot. I mean, that's really big because 128 gigs you can just store way more videos, movies, music and stuff, and that's great for you. Still has those awesome speakers that sound great, not crappy like some phones. Anyway, it also has those dual cameras. It's like the most talked about thing when the phone got released is those dual cameras. So let's talk about that a little. So HTC One has these dual cameras. It's still 4.1 megapixels, still with those ultra pixel thing. And ultra pixels, if you don't know, is a thing that HTC One mostly only does, and it makes the phone better in low light performances, and also makes the shutter speed a little faster, maybe the processing speed a little faster. Maybe not the best camera in the world, but still really enjoyable to use. Anyway, it has those dual cameras, and the most noticeable feature that I found about it was the refocusing. There's way more features than this, but this is just one of the main ones. Is when you take a picture and you want to blur out the background, and you just want to have the person in front be the focus. You blur out the background and just have the person in front looking like the real image. And I don't know how this works really because I've never tested the device itself, but from what I know, from what I've read, and the knowledge I've gained about this, is that it doesn't work really well. You gotta have like a really obvious background in the background. Really obvious background in the backgrounds, and that's gotta be blurred out, and the person's gotta be like the main focus. You gotta get the right angles and right imaging to make it look real and good. But HTC One can fix this with the easy software update, and it'll be all good, and it's for free, so that's great and stuff. Anyway, that's basically everything I thought of the HTC One M8. It's a great phone. I think HTC has done a great job of making this a flagship caliber phone. It's gonna be a great contender, so I hope you guys liked the video. It's my first video. I hope rate, comment, subscribe. Really helps me to get better after this, and more videos to come. Nexus 5 review, even though it's gonna be really late. Nexus 7 review is still gonna be late, but more videos to come, and that's it, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.